I'm Chris,
And I'm Alex.
and we're here to give you a tour
Of Ram High School.
home of the Raptors. Come on in.
On your left, we have the main office, and on your right, we have our first staircase of the day. It is one way, meaning you can only go up it, and you cannot come back down. If you are ever confused, most of these staircases and hallways all have signs that will tell you which direction you should be going.
All right, come follow us. This here is the atrium. Normally, this would be where you stand and socialize with all your friends, but not this year.
On my right, we have the school store, which is this right here. You can go buy some nice Ram merch in there, also some school supplies. This window right here is the attendance window. You can go visit Mrs. May if you are ever late, you need to leave early or anything like that.
Right behind us here is the cafeteria. On a normal year, you would be able to eat lunch here, but not this year. This year, this is going to be used for some study halls and things like that.
This room right here is called the Fishbowl. Occasionally there is classes or meetings in there, but most likely you won't be going in there very much. Right in front of you, we have the concession stand. On your right, this is the hallway down to the middle school. Most likely you will not be going down there anymore. You're lucky. However, the Woods classroom, as well as Mr. Bancroft's classes, which are EMT or CERT classes, are down here. All right, on your left, you're not gonna go down this hallway.
Make sure you stay on the right side. That's very important this year.
Yep, as you can see, the direction and the side of the hallway that you should be walking on is marked in bright orange tape. Do not ignore that tape. This dotted line here in the middle is supposed to separate the hallway into halves. This arrow here means that if you're going this direction, you should be walking on this half of the hallway. If you're coming back this way, you should only be on this side of the hallway. Basically, you should always be on the right, like driving. All right, so we're gonna go down this way. Here's some nice trophies. Go Ram.
Coming up on your left, there is going to be the guidance office here. This is where you go if you need help with anything in school, pretty much.
You also will probably be called down to meet with your guidance counselor at least once a year just to get introduced to them. And the guidance counselors are really great. Don't be scared of them. They're here to help you. They're all super nice. They also typically do peer tutoring in there, which I'm not sure if they're doing this year, but so anything else you really need, you can always go down to guidance. This door right here is the nurse's office. If you don't feel good, you can go visit the nurses in here. They're always here to help you out. This here is one entrance to the gym. Get a little sneak peek inside. Very nice. All right.
Wow.
All right, here we go.
Remember, right side of the hallway.
Right side of the hallway. Don't forget that. This is an exit that you probably should not use.
And then this hallway is where where the gym locker rooms are, which won't be used this year, and where all the health classes are gonna be. Leave that homework. This first door on your right here is the entrance into the school gym that we have here. Not gym like gymnasium, but gym like weights and treadmills and stuff like that. It's a very exciting place. You're probably only gonna go in here during your health or gym classes, but it's pretty cool if you wanna come check it out.
All right, and continuing down this hallway, that's the training room. This is the other entrance to the weight room. This right here is the entrance to the girls' locker room, which you will not be using this year.
Go down this way, is the entrance to the boys' locker room.
And then on your left, here are the 2 health classes.
And last but not least, down this hallway is the best exit in the school.
All right, we're passing by the guidance office and the nurse's office once again. Here's another entrance to the office. All right, we are heading back into the atrium here. As you can see, there is more orange tape, meaning if you are walking this direction, stay on this side of the orange tape. You are heading in that direction, stay on this side of the orange tape. Obviously, there is going to be some crossing paths, some intersections, some difficult spots. So if you ever come across those, you really just need to do your best, use common sense, try to social distance, and don't walk into anybody. All right, we are now going to head to the left here. This is the other main entrance of the school. So walking on the right, you're gonna head down this way.
Men's bathroom.
Yep, boys' bathroom. These are the main entrances to the auditorium, which holds band concerts, chorus concerts, some assemblies, stuff like that. On your left, we have another entrance to the gymnasium. All right, and continuing on down this way, here is the A.J. Pollock Shrine.
Here's the women's bathroom.
More A.J. Pollock. If the doors are locked, outside to your right, there's a little black box with a buzzer so you can connect to someone in the office so that they can let you in. All right, continuing on to the right, we have our personal favorite hallway, the music and art hallway. All right, let's go. All right, orange tape is to come, but you are still going to follow the same 2-way hallway rules. So we're going to be walking on the right. As you walk down this hallway, you can see some awards for our awesome artists and musicians.
Now what makes this hallway the best hallway in the school is all of the murals that are being painted down this entire hallway.
This right here is the chorus room with Miss McKiernan. Chorus.
That's what you do in chorus.
A sample of what you will get if you join chorus. Not that he is in chorus. Thank God. Down here to the left is one of my favorite teachers, Mr. Nunes. He teaches music production and some other music tech classes. On your left, Chris, you want to take this one?
These are some of the art rooms that you're going to be using if you are taking an art class.
All right, continuing on down this way. Oh, yep, don't forget, right side of the hallway. On the left, we have another art class. Art. Down this way, we have another entrance to the auditorium, which you will probably only use if you were in band.
This right here, this is Naveed.
Stop it.
They say that if you're a very lucky princess, then you may kiss this frog and it may turn into a wonderful prince. As you can see, I am not a pretty princess, so hopefully you'll have better luck than I do.
Here we have one of my favorite rooms, the band room, where you will be expressing your musical prowess under the excellent tutelage of Mr. Kokas.
This here, as you can read by the big letters saying photo, is the room that you would go into if you were taking photo.
All right, we are now exiting the art and music hallway.
Right side of the hallway every
Right side of
time.
the hallway. We are going to head back up to the left through this hallway. Once again, right side of the hallway. You can see the arrows pointing you in this direction.
Just imagine that there are art in these cases here. Throughout the year, as you make art in your art classes, they will be displayed up here through the hallway for the entire school to see.
All right, we are now going to be heading back through the atrium to where most of your academic classes are going to be. So follow us this way. Once again, staying on the right side of this dotted tape. On your left, here's the cafeteria again. are now going to be heading this way. As you can see by this sign, this hallway is one way, meaning you can only go down this way. There are no two sides splitting it, and you could not come back this way through this hallway. You have to go around through another hallway.
Immediately on your left here is the display room for the art shows. This is where all of like your ceramics classes or some of your painting classes or drawing classes, your art will be displayed in this room.
Remember, wear your mask.
Wear your mask. This is the second best refilling station in the school. Just pretend that these aren't there. You're not allowed to use these. But basically what you do is you put your water bottle here, and then it'll automatically fill with water. It's very cool.
On your right, we have the media center, also known as the library.
You're gonna go in here if you need to rent a book for like a class or just for pleasure reading, or you can go in here for study halls.
You can also use the printers in here if you need to print any assignments for your classes.
This hallway here, this is the tech hallway, so if you're taking an engineering class or a computer science class, those will be down this hallway.
This hallway is another two-way hallway. You can walk on the right to get around to the hallways over there that we will show you later and get back into the atrium. All right, for now, we are going to continue on down this one-way hallway.
We stand Fausto. We stand Fausto. This here, right in the main hallway, is the elevator. This is what you use if you're unable to use the stairs, like you're injured or something or have crutches. You will use the elevator instead in order to get easier access to the upstairs.
On your right, we have our first pod, which is English.
English.
All right, so this is another two-way hallway. We are going to stay on the right, only on the right, unless you are crossing over to get to a classroom, which in that case, use common sense, do not bump into anybody, and wait for a stoppage and head on over. All right, this here is a lecture hall. Occasionally classes will meet here or you'll have assemblies here. It's just like a mini auditorium. All right, we're going to continue down on the right side of the hallway. On your left, we have some lockers
That are not being used.
that are not being used. We are actually going to head on over and show you these classrooms here. So crossing over into the side. These are all English classrooms. This is 102, 103.
Debbie.
We have
105 is Mr. Lindsay.
104, 105. This is Mr. Lindsay's room. I believe he is a freshman English teacher. And then we have 106 with Miss Gavin. We have a girls' bathroom, another water bottle refilling station. Remember, you can only use these, not these. This is the men's bathroom. On your left, we have room number 107. Then on your left, we have even more English classes. So let's head down this way.
Remember this room, room 117. You can see on the door in there, it says that it is the writing lab. Remember that. Whenever you need help on an essay, no matter how big, no matter how small, the teachers in here will help you with your essays.
All right, continuing on with our English classrooms. We have 108. This is room number 109 with Mrs. Arami. I had her freshman year. It was a great time. This is 110. This is 111. And this is 112 with Mrs. Bono. And finally, 113. So this right here, that door down over there, are the English teacher offices. If you need to go see one of them, or if they tell you to come to the offices for some reason, all you have to do is go over there and knock on the door. Do not enter without doing that. And most likely they'll either tell you to come in, let you in, or something like that. All right, on your left, this is another staircase. However, You cannot, and I stress this, you cannot go up this staircase.
It's no go.
No go. It is down only, meaning if you are on the second floor, which we will get to later, you can come down this hallway and walk through here. However, if you are at English, you have to go back that way. You cannot go up this staircase.
Okay, so we are back here at the center hallway. Remember, one way, you can only come down this way. Very important to remember that.
On your right, we have another staircase. This, in addition to the one that we showed you first, that is right next to the main entrance, this is the only other staircase that you can use to go up to the second floor. We're going to continue to the left to
Social
studies, also foreign languages.
Unlike the English hallway, this hallway is one way. You can only go down this hallway. You cannot come back.
Don't forget that. These two pods here are pretty similar. They're going to be parallel in where most things are placed, but here is another teacher offices room. If you, as it says on here, if you need to go in here, knock first, and they will let you in or tell you to come in.
So this pod here, this is the foreign languages pod. This is where you're going to be going for your Spanish classes and your French classes. This here, we start with room 121, and then we move on to 122. This is Vega's room. It's important to remember that. She's the best teacher.
Also known as Mrs. Vega Boulay, properly, but
We all call her Vega.
Vega. 122
122, then 123 is this one that I have to point out.
with Monsieur Sen.
Which-
As you can tell, I do not take French. I also dropped out of Spanish after one day, so I'm maybe not the best person to ask about this.
Next, we have room 124. This here, room 125 with Senorita Ziner.
Also known as CERTA. This right here is 126. Although it is in the foreign language pod, it is actually a social studies room with Mr. Rambone. Also, mock trial is here. Definitely join mock trial. All right, and we're gonna head back out here.
One
Remember?
way, remember.
One way. This here is another girls' bathroom. And you cannot use these. There's no water bottle refill.
And then here is the men's bathroom.
Men's bathroom, room 128.
And then here is the history pod, which is where you're gonna go for all of your history classes. Going down this way. Here, starting in this pod, we have room 129. Coming around, we have room 130 with Mr. Burgess. This here, this was a teacher that retired. His name was Papa J. Always remember Papa J.
Rip.
He's not
He's
dead.
not dead. He's not dead. He moved.
Always
Just
remember-
clarifying.
Always remember Papa J.
He is not. He is very much so alive and doing very well.
Room 131. And room 132. And room 133 with Mr. Peluso. You don't have him this year, but he's one of the greatest. And then room 134. This year, room 136 this is Bentley's room.
All right, so we are coming out into this hallway here. As you can see by this big arrow here, there's no dotted line. So it is also one way. You also have signs on the wall here that will tell you that. While it may seem more useful to head up this staircase here, you cannot do that. You have to go to the left here. This hallway is one way and it will take you back to the atrium and the cafeteria. This here, room 135, is the manufacturing room. All right, we're gonna head down this way. It is, once again, it is one way. This is room 329, which is the business classroom with Mr. Landry.
Down the hallway to the right is where you are going to go for your child care classes. As you can see by the dotted line, it is a two-way hallway because there's a dead end at the end.
All right, so down this way, That is the atrium and the cafeteria. But we are actually going to go to the left here. So this is a hallway that we talked about earlier that has engineering, aerospace, and stuff like that. It is two-way, so we're gonna stick to the right. $327, $324,
With Mrs. Lestrina.
$326. However, students, please use the other door. We have $325 on the left, $324. All right, we're gonna continue on this way. This is room 323. All right, so as you can see, we are back to this main hallway. The library is right here. On your right is the atrium. And we are going to head down this way. This hallway is one way, you have to go this way. And we're going to take that staircase straight ahead to go up to the second floor.
And then here, by the arrows, you can tell that is an up staircase. And then welcome. Here we are on the second floor.
So we're gonna head out this way. On your right, we have the science hallway. We're actually gonna head down here first before we show you the rest. All right, so this is another two-way, so we walk on the right side of the hallway.
This hallway starts with room 221, 222, 223, 224,
And then on your left, we have a girls' bathroom.
and then I have the men's bathroom over here, room 225. Room 226. 228.
All right, so at the end of this hallway, we have another staircase. As you can see by these arrows, this is one that you can go down to the first floor. You cannot come back up it. Because you cannot get down on either of the two middle staircases, you're going to have to either come to this one or the one on the opposite side to go down back to the first floor.
Room 230. This is room 231, which if you have Mr. Skase, you will be in this room for your science class.
And here we're walking by the bathrooms again. All right, we're gonna take a right on this hallway. This is room 233. Here's the elevator. All right, so we're gonna stop here for a minute. This hallway here is one way, meaning you have to come down this way. This portion right here between this hallway and the stairs is two-way, but only so you can get down to this hallway, which is the math pod. So there's not tape right now, but there will be. You're gonna stay on the right and then walk down this way and stay to the right again.
So down this hallway, we have the math classes.
All right, so we're gonna take a left here down to our first math pod. Here we have room 201, room 202.
So as you can see here, the math lab schedule is right here, and this is last year's schedule, so you'll be updated with the new schedule when it comes out for this year. But basically math lab is if you miss a test or you need more help with whatever math subject you're learning, you will just look at the teacher that is that correlates to your free period, and you will go them and help them and ask them for help.
All right, continuing on, we have room 203. (204), 205, and 206. All right, so we're gonna quickly head back to the middle of this pod.
For the French room, that is located right here. If you're going to take a French class, this will be the room that it's in.
We're gonna keep going down on the right side of the hallway to the next pod. On your right, we have another bathroom. This is the girls' bathroom, and this is the boys' bathroom.
Over here on your left is another classroom, room 207. So this here, room 214, is just like the offices downstairs, is where you go if you need a teacher. Remember, knock on the door before you enter. So going this way, this is where all of more math classes are. Room 208. Room 209 is here. Room 210 in here. Two 11, 212, and 213. So this staircase here is the one that meets up with the English pod that's downstairs. And as you can see by the arrows, it is a one-way going down.
All right, so we're coming back into the English pod here. Two-way, so we're gonna stick to the right. So we're back here to the main hallway. It is one way this way. So to get back to the atrium, which is where we're headed, we're gonna have to go around this way. All right, we're gonna head to the left here. This hallway is one way in this direction.
Follow the arrows at all times.
All right, we are back in the atrium. The cafeteria is on your right. All right, so we're gonna cross over here and show you one last hallway. We're gonna head up these stairs right here, which is, in addition to that one we went up last time, is the other way to get up to the second floor.
Remember, only one way.
All right. On your right, we have the senior wall, recently painted.
Once you get to senior year, you too will be able to put your name up on the wall and become part of Rams legacy. So once again, as you can see by the arrows indicated on the bottom of the floors, it's a one-way hallway. You can only come down this way. To your right here is where the Latin rooms are. As you can see, room 234, big sign that says "Welcome to Latin Country." You can't miss it. This is where they'll be.
All right, so that concludes the end of our tour. We hope you enjoyed watching. I'd like to end by saying, if you ever get lost or are confused, do not be afraid to go up to a nice-looking upperclassman. And as long as you ask them politely, I'm sure they would be happy to help you find your way. Teachers are also there to help you. Even if you don't know them, they're totally available to help you, so don't be afraid to ask.
No, I know freshman year can feel pretty stressful, especially at the start, but just give it some time. I'm confident that all of you will be able to get to know the different patterns of hallways and where your classes are and kind of how to get through all of this high school experience. I'm confident that you will do absolutely fine, so don't worry about it. You'll get there in the end. Thank you for watching. See you in the halls. This is Chris.
And this is Alex,
Signing off.